Hey, Joy Blue here, and I want to tell you about the SQL Datetime data type. So the Datetime data type actually has two different parts. It has a date and a time all stored together. And the best way to communicate that is going to be simply taking the following statement: select cast, then I'm going to put a date in here. So I'll put in 2/2012 and let's see, 10/19. Okay, and I'm going to cast that as a date time. Right, and if I highlight that and I run that, what you can see is that the results insert the date and it defaulted the time. So this other half of this is the time. So the first part's the date, second part's the time. You got hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds, right? And if I want to actually put something in and just put the time in, so I put a little cast in there, and I could put the time in as 10:05:00, just like that. And I do it as a date time here also, right? So if I just highlight that and run it, then you can see that it put the time in there, but it defaulted the year to 1900, the month to 01, and the day to 01, right? And so the cast function allows us to take, if you look at this, we have a string here and we want to actually convert it and shove it into a date time. In order to do that, you have to use cast or convert. And so another thing I want to show you is you can just get the current date out of the system by simply calling getDate. So if I highlight that, that's the current time on the system. So you can see exactly what time it is when I'm doing this cast here. So so now if we look at an actual table, I have a table out there under the SQL Training Online Simple DB, and I will pull up that database, set the database context there, and then I'm going to select star from the employee table. And if I run that, you'll see that we have a date over here. Notice how all these, it's on the higher date, and all we're doing is storing the date, and we ignore the time on that. So we just have the date there. But, a lot of people want to know how to actually get the date out in a certain format. Well, the best way to do that is to simply say select and then say convert. There's a convert function out there, and Microsoft has a link. Let me see real quick here if I've got that available. I will pull that over here so that we can see it. If you go to Microsoft site, they have a convert template. Let me scroll up. And here is what you want to really look at is date and time styles. And it tells you exactly what type of output will happen. And so let's use that. So what we say is we say convert, and we get the column name, hire date, from employee. And then on the convert function, the first option of convert is to actually say what we want it to be. So we actually want it to be a varchar, because when it displays, we want it to be in a character format. But the format we want it in is going to be, we'll start with 101 here. And so if I run that, and then we've got a format here. Now all I have to do is change that format. Let me switch real quick over to the help over on SQL Server, actually MSDN Microsoft.com. And if we want to change it to the British way of displaying dates, we simply use 103. So let's go over here and change that to 103. Run it. And now the day is first. And let's go ahead and do one more time. If we want to change that over to maybe the German way of displaying that with the dots, right? We just do 104. And now we have dots. As always, if you find this helpful, please leave a comment below, or click the like button, or subscribe to my channel. And you can also visit me at SQLTrainingOnline.com.